I mean, there's so many memorable studio session moments. I'll give you, for my first session with Kenny Dope, the first session was me, him, and Biz Markie. That was our first session. And it was Biz doing the beatbox and me rap. Or even like my very first studio session when I went in and recorded my first rhyme, and like, wow, like, this is just not like a dub tape. This is actually me recording something. So there's been so many, but even to piggyback off the Women's History Month, and just so the evolution of hip hop. There's a studio session where I'm in there with Deion Farris, from Arrested Development, from, Penny with a Hole in It, to winning a Grammy. And I'm like, wow, I'm sitting here with Deion. We about to do a record together. It's dope. To Yo-Yo being in the studio, listening to the record, saying that, yo, these records are dope. To working with a Lady Luck, who, in my opinion, is easily one of the most talented rappers I've ever been around. Like, she taught me how to properly do ad-libs. Lady Luck taught me this. I don't know if I've ever said this publicly, but Lady Luck in 2003, 2004, she and I were working with the same producer, and we did a song together called Drugs. And so she was like, yo, you got a verse for this. Now, we had been around each other. She's like, yo, do you got a verse for this? I'm like, yo, I'll write something right now, which I believe may have been the first time I ever wrote in the studio on the spot. And she went outside, she smoked, she came back, and I had my verse, we laid it down. And so she laid her verse down, I think maybe on one or two takes, ad-libs, boom. So I do my verse, and I'm like I'm good. She's like, you don't hear ad-libs on that? I'm like, nah. She's like, yo, check it. And she kind of like showed me, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I took that from her. And then to be with a Shay, who, is like, out of this world with the pen, out of this world with the pen. And it's like, for her to step into the production, I don't think there's been any female in hip hop that I can think of that's done both production and hip hop. Rap, maybe Missy Elliott Missy. So, who's a GOAT. So Missy and Shay. So that's so it's Missy Elliott and Shay. So it's just like, it's incredible. And nobody, I don't think, on the indie scene has been doing it. A female's been doing the rapping and the production. So, but a memorable moment, I don't even know if I should be sharing this, but I heard the making of a hit record. Fred the Godson, rest in peace. I don't know when the song was coming out, but I was sitting in the other room, me, him, Spesh, I forget who else was there. Maybe Reef Hustle might have been there. And I hear this beat come on. And so I'm like, yeah, that's fire. I get up, I walk in. By the time I walk just from the room, maybe 30 feet, Fred is doing his Fred thing, he's like, yo, listen to this. And he starts spitting his bars. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to get Fat Joe on this. And I think they recorded the track. That was a dope moment too. So I mean, I've been around a lot. I've seen a lot of dope things. I mean, there's definitely been some moments. I mean, I still get a bit of nervous energy before I write, because I don't know what's going to come out. I'm anxious. I'm excited. There's a level that I hold myself to personally, that I just want to always exceed and push and be better. But man. I was at Marley Marl's studio when I was in high school. So this is 90 something. I don't even know what year this was, 6, 7. We were like, we shouldn't even have been there. Like I had but we there. And no, this was, I forget what year this was, but Cormega had just came home from jail. And he was at Marley Marl's house. Recording a demo. And I remember, I had never heard him rap before, but just hearing Nas, what up with Cormega, if you see him or y'all together. And I remember like going downstairs, because Marley had 3 studios, in the house, and it was the A room where he did the big acts, the B room, and then the C room. I was with John Doe from World Renown. They had a deal on Warner Brothers, and he and Seven Sean, who's from our projects, they did their album with Marley. So we the little ones coming up under them. And I walk downstairs and it's Cormega, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, you know, and I never heard him rhyme, but Illmatic was so huge that just the name, like, you know, Cormega, did you see him and y'all together? It was just like, wow, that was a moment. But having OC call my phone was crazy. You know, rest in peace, Sean Price. Having Sean Price call me from a radio show and tell me that he thought I was dope and he wants to work. And he's like, yo, this is my house number. Take down my cell phone number. Like, that was crazy, you know? So there's been quite a few moments that have had me like, wow, you know, just, you know, early on, I did a remix for Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang. And it's like, you know, my dad used to listen to Kool and the Gang. So to walk into that studio and I'm like, yo, like this is Kool and the Gang. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so just, you know, it's being at Lord Finesse's house, you know, and his, or the first time I met Lord Finesse in person, the second time I met Lord Finesse in person was at D&D Studios. It was me, Joe Button, DJ Premier, Sha Money XL, and he's making a beat for me telling Sha, yo, he's nice. Yo, she rap for him. Like, it's been a bunch of moments.